Hi, I'm Kyle Pearce, the author and creator of a sitcom called Sleeping Rough. Sitcom I'm trying to get up off the ground. Trying to be a TV writer is what I'm trying to say. And so I've been watching a lot of television shows lately, more than I normally do, just in my regular life. And I got interested in watching dramas and TV shows, sitcoms, whatever, that are not made here in America or in England, like European shows. And I found one called The Revenants from 2012. Revenants is a French show. Matter of fact, Revenants actually means the returned in English. And some people call it a zombie show, but it's not a zombie show. The dead people do come back to life, but it's not a zombie show. And here are about five things I really like about Les Revenants. Again, before I go any further, it's a French show, so you probably won't be able to find this on a lot of streaming services. I found it on Amazon. Um, Matter of fact, not only just on Amazon, but you have to get a special subscription. Either it's the Sundance channel or the MHZ channel that specializes in European drama like French, Norwegian, Swedish, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, you can't find the original French Les Revenants in too many places. But I found it on Amazon with the addition of the MHZ channel. Anyway, but one of the five things I liked about it is that, first of all, like I said, the characters die and come back to life, but it's not a zombie show like the way you think of a zombie show. Um, as you can see here, most of these characters are dead people, but they don't look like zombies. The dead come back to life looking the same way they did exactly when they died, however many years ago they died. They're wearing the same clothes, looking exactly the same way. And it's so fascinating that when they come back to life, they don't know what the hell happened to them. They come back to life, they wake up in the place that they died, and they go to their houses, they go to their apartments, and they expect to find their parents or some of the dead people are children. Matter of fact, I'm going off on a tangent here, but like in the very first sequence of the very first episode, the very first episode opens with a bus ride full of kids going on a field trip. And 5 minutes into the very first episode, the bus goes off the highway over a cliff and all the children die. Later that episode, this girl comes back. She was on the bus. And they spend the whole episode with this girl. She comes back, climbs back on the road, doesn't know what the hell happened to her. She's dressed the same way that she was dressed when the bus went off the cliff. She goes back to her house, and keep in mind, it's 5 years later. And so she goes back to her house, she thinks it's the same day as the accident. She goes back to her house and finds her parents there, and her parents, obviously freak the fuck out. They don't know what to do. They can't believe that their daughter is back. And then there's another guy. This guy over here, he also comes back to life. He was not on the bus, but he comes back to life, woke up in the place where he died, goes back to his house, and expects to find his wife, his pregnant wife, there. He died 10 years prior to the pilot episode. Anyway, he like with this girl, he thinks it's the same day that he died. Goes back to his house, expects to find his pregnant fiance. I said wife, he was fiance. And lo and behold, it's actually 10 years later, and his wife has moved on with her life. She gave birth to that baby. Then she has a 10-year-old daughter, and she is engaged to be married to someone else. And this character has trouble dealing with that. Also, the young lady, young teenage girl over here, has trouble dealing with the fact that her parents have also kind of moved on with their life, and they're both trying to reintegrate themselves into the family life and to the home life that they had before. And they can't do that because their loved ones have kind of moved on. This one here, she was 15-year-old when she died. She had a twin sister at the time. The twin sister is now 19, you know, 19, 20 years old, but she's still 15. And so the sister has actually gone on with her life, got a boyfriend and everything. So she's also trying to reintegrate herself into her family. And that's the thing about this show. Um, it's a family show. Well, I take that back. It's not a family show. Definitely not a family show like Little House on the Prairie. But it's a family drama that's shot like a horror movie. It has horror tropes. It has horror pacing in some scenes. But the especially the pilot is kind of a family drama. It's just shot like a horror episode. And there's teenagers fighting with the parents. There's a couple that's fighting. There's the ex-boyfriend, the ex-fiance trying to hook up with the old fiance, but now she has got a new fiance, so there's drama there. It's a love triangle. The only difference is that a couple of the characters are dead people that came back to life. You know, And another thing I like about this show is that it's the pacing of this. Like I said, this is technically a zombie show in that dead people come back to life, but like I said before, they don't look like zombies. They look like normal human beings. They look like the way they did when they died. And they also walk and talk the same way that they did that they died. And the pacing is similar. The pacing of the filmmaking is similar. It's very slow. It's very, it's very even tempered. It's very, I don't want to say slow, but it's evenly paced. This is, look, I'll put it to you this way. This is not The Last of Us, where all the zombies are fast, all the dead people are fast, and the action happens fast. And, oh, well, I take that back. Sometimes The Last of Us, the pacing is kind of slow. It takes its time to build up the drama. The Walking Dead, this is not The Walking Dead. Like, this is the antithesis of The Walking Dead, where it's action packed and there's ugly, bloodthirsty zombies. There's only a little bit of blood in this. There's only 16 episodes of this show, and there's like maybe 2 scenes with blood. That's it. So it's a very, very slow paced, very even tempered show. And a lot of zombie fans are not going to like that. And some will. I did. I love this show. Let me see if a couple of other things I liked down here. I got to check my notes. Oh, in the last episode of the second season, the series finale, the final episode of the series, we are told how the dead came back and why they came back. However, well, let me rephrase that. We're told that one of the characters saw one of his family members dying and dead on the floor. Actually, he already died, and he pleads, "Oh, please come back to life," and he actually calls back everybody that has died. So that's the how and why all the dead people came back to life. However, this character that calls him back to life, we don't know where exactly this character came from. Throughout the series, we thought we knew who this character was. We thought we knew what he was. We thought we knew where he came from. But at the very end, it kind of does a bait and switch. The show does a bait and switch. That character isn't really the character we thought it was, but it doesn't, the writers and creators of the show don't explain exactly where that character comes from. So we don't know, as the audience, we don't know why this character has the power to call people from the dead, to call spirits from the dead. That never explains that. We never really get to find out who this character actually is. So I found that fascinating. We thought we knew this character, but it turns out this character is an absolute mystery. So anyway, and uh, that's basically it. Oh, the acting is phenomenal. I mean, that's if you see the first episode, like the first 5 minutes of the first episode, the acting is phenomenal. So I think it's going to be pretty obvious. I mean, like all the shows I review on this channel, all the acting is going to be phenomenal. All the movies I review, all the act. I mean, like I would not be reviewing it and saying great things about it if the acting wasn't. So it's pretty obvious that I really like the acting. So check out the Revenants. Like I said, you can go to Amazon Prime. You have to do an additional subscription to either MHZ or the Sundance Channel. The Sundance Channel only has the first season. MHZ, that has all 2 seasons, so that's the one you want. Anyway, I'm Kyle Paris. You guys have a great night. I'll talk to you next time. Thank you. Have a good night.